So spring's arrived here on the veg farm, and my mind's turning to the field lab trials I'm doing this year, which is strip tillage in living mulches. So the plot of land behind me just here, this has just come to the end of sort of 4 years of quite intensive cropping of market garden salad crops, spring onions, things like that. The soil's had a bit of a hard time over 4 years of intensive cropping, so we're looking to move to the second half of the rotation now, and that is we're going to trial this strip tillage technique to see if we can produce crops and be a little bit more gentle on the soil. So the plot behind me, we will start preparing to go into the second half of the rotation and establish a cover crop in this plot. And we're going to trial a couple of different mixes in that plot. And then further on down the rotation, as you'll see in this plot here, and this is stuff we've prepared in previous years before we got involved in the trials. And we're just sort of formalising that process with the trials now. But this is going to be courgettes this year. We established the living mulch last autumn. You can see immediately behind me is the control. So this is where we've got tilled soil, and this is the way we normally produce crops historically, is we till the whole area and we plant our crops into that. Now the thing we're trialling is not tilling the whole area and just tilling exactly where we put the crops. And we do a 30 centimetre strip that we till. And we're just starting to prepare the strips behind me for courgettes. And then if we walk over this way and look at the next plot, this is ultimately what we're looking to achieve and to crop into over a number of years through the rotation. So if we look behind me now, you can see there's more. This is for more intensive cropping, but still in a strip tillage system. So the courgettes are on a wider spacing. This is our legume plot this year. So this is going to be climbing beans and broad beans. And today's an exciting day for us here in the market garden, because this is actually when we start putting our first outdoor crops. And today we're going to be planting broad beans into these strips. And yeah, it's an exciting day for us here. Like, just as spring gets going, it's nice to be trialing new techniques. So it's a great day today. We're finally getting some veg in the ground after a few years of trying to set this stuff up and getting mulches in and getting the strips prepared. So yeah, it's a key day in the process basically, which is starting to get some veg into the ground. So we're putting broad beans in here. We picked broad beans because they're quite an easy crop to grow. So it's a bit more easy to try out a new system basically. And I say broad beans are easy because they grow fast, they grow high. So the potential for them being outcompeted by the mulch is less. And that's something with whatever crop we're going to grow, we're going to have to manage the mulch around the crop we're growing. And that's part of the trials. We'll be trialing different techniques of cutting the mulch and different species in the mixes as well, just to balance the performance of the mulch and the benefits that brings, but more importantly, the commercial yield of the crop, which is still the focus of these trials. So what's interesting about this system of production is it's not specifically about the crop we're planting today. The aim of the trial is to work out if this system will work for multiple different crops. We're not expecting it to work for all of them, but we're hoping we can switch a good number of the crops we grow on a field scale over to this system.